Yeah. Fortunately, though, whatever came out about you, Mr. Egberto, is the fact that you are progressive. It's not like anything bad. It's a good thing. The good stuff
Great
that came out.
thing, awesome thing. You was
That's
handing out pancakes.
yeah. But no, I was before we went into that scene, I was about to say, the parents' expectations, because my father was very, very involved in freedom fighting and very politically, involved. And I always felt like that was his expectation of me and my brother. But I figured he'd done so much of the fighting, like, it's like you clean the house. What you need us to do? Like, it's already done. And aren't you doing this for us, right? So,
it's pretty much done. Right?
It's like overkill. No, it's like overkill if we do the same thing. But then too, you don't take ownership of those ideas and what people are fighting for until you get to a point of maturity where you see it for yourself. And then I remember in college we took over the president's office. And it was in the newspaper, like the school newspaper, and I sent my father a copy. It's still in his file cabinet somewhere. He was so proud of that. He's just going around. You see this? You see what they doing out there? You see what so it comes in time. That's what I'll say. It comes in time.
I have my experience with my daughter when she gets political is through her Instagram, and when she has one of those political things out, it's like heart. 100%,
I bet you're really proud, man.
Yeah, yes. We get the message. We get it. But you can't, but as a kid though, growing up and just like protest rallies and stuff, that stuff goes over your head. All you know is that it's interrupting the stuff you want to do as a kid. That's all you know, right? Mm-hmm. That's it. Who wants to go to a Gil Scott-Heron concert at 8, 9? Yeah, as an adult. But back then it was like, what are you doing? Where's Michael Jackson? Why am I listening to this?
I just feel so angry.
You letting me work out some of my stuff tonight. This is it's become personal.
Saying you can't be you shouldn't be focused on consciousness when the child is 7 and 8.
No, I think
what is a good age to get a child aware and or involved in politics?
What is a good age for your child to be woke?
Mm-hmm. To
you can
open their
judge
eyes.
The parents, like, hey man, the kid's in kindergarten. He's a little behind on his wokeness. What's a good age to introduce that outside of well, that's a good question. I want to hear people's thoughts,
man. When my daughter was 8 years old, I had the talk with her. When do you go from elementary school to middle school?
11, 10, 11. Wait,
I think I did it before that though. But I sat her. We were in the office here, and as you know, Kingwood is pretty white, and so I looked at her and I said, "I'm going to tell you something. You see all these friends that you have right now. I guarantee you're going to see how it changes as they grow older, and then they realize that you have a little bit of a hue, right?" And that's a nice way of putting it. That's not what
they recognize.
That's not what I said. And I remember the one thing I remember is she cried though. She cried when I told her what was going to happen. But the good thing about it is when it happened, she was all no big deal, because we all know whenever you go into these environments, what it's really going to be like. So she was schooled from she was really tiny. We put you here, but we're going to make sure that you're prepared to be here and that you're not going to be, first of all, you're not going to grow up not knowing who the hell you are. And if you see her now, she knows who the hell she is.
Yeah, which is really important. And like you said, I think of it as like you were giving her like foundational emotional IQ, skills, like recognize this thing that's about to happen just because of the nature of the culture that we live in, the nature of how things move. I had that same, my experience came through sports. I got mine early because of sports. And once you start getting competitive, that's when you start seeing people trying to take advantage of their advantages, even in the little league games. And there was a a black baseball team that everyone loved in the city called the Wood. And they were modeled after the Braves. But it was all young, all inner city black kids, and they were going around beating the hell out of all these teams. And I remember being so excited about hearing them play, and then trying to go to a game and then seeing the quote unquote mobs of oppositions that the words they would use towards these little kids. And I would be like, why are they so angry? Why are they so nasty towards these little kids? And then me having to have that conversation with a coach and with my parents, you know, like you're gonna be called an N-word just because you are, you know, you're gonna beat the hell out of some team one day. And that's the only thing that they're gonna use, right?
Wow.
So like I've seen it, I've had that conversation a lot. But I also had the other conversation, which is on the individual level, like meeting your friends. You know, like my mom would let certain kids come over and certain ones not. And I used to be like, wow, she's so mean. But she was character, you know, quality control.
Right,
you know?
right.
Like, no, you can't come in here. You're spoiled. You gotta get out of here, you know. Or I don't trust you, right? Or I don't trust your intentions with my son. So I had both of those kind of skills that I kind of had to develop just by playing sports and understanding politics in sports, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. That was the first time I was called the N-word was during a game. Sports game.
I was called the N-word when I came here at 18, walking down Brenham, Texas, because I started out at Blinn for my first year. And I was walking with some of my friends from South America, and we were walking down, and never forgot the guy shouting it right out of the truck. You know, and I'm like, okay, welcome to America.
Somebody didn't say it to him. You know, I need to go and tell him before he doesn't get out of the city. That's crazy. What were you thinking to get? Like, what happened? What was going through your mind?
Well, I mean, we were just walking down, you know, 18-year-old kids having fun walking down the streets. And I remember them saying something to being in the wrong neighborhood, or it wasn't neighborhood because it was like downtown, but it was being in the wrong place or something, and then calling out the words. But ironically, while I knew the word because I'm from Panama and I lived among, you know, Americans, there are a lot of Americans in Panama and the Canal Zone. So we knew that. But these other guys didn't got a clue what was happening. You know, you know, I got it quickly.
Yeah.
You know, and I just knew, hey guys, vámonos, let's get out of here.
Directions out of here, y'all.
So I think you're never too young. I think, you know, I'm gonna just speak from my own experience then, because, you know, ours was from birth. There was never not that specific conversation, but about the political nature of my blackness, what that means. You know, in America, like my parents wouldn't let me or my brother say the Pledge of Allegiance in school. We had our own pledge, you know, or we sat down or we abstained. So, you know, I don't think anything is too young. I don't think you really understand it or you can appreciate it really until you get older. But I don't think any age is too young. I don't think so. Looking back, I don't think so.
I'm sorry.
We cut to a man and his pregnant wife. Hey, babe.
Yes.
So I know you've been having, you take my headphones and you put some music on and, you know, play for the baby, you know, so that, you know, he'll recognize these songs and, you know, the things that we love when he comes out, and, you know, that baby Mozart playing and everything.
I'm glad you've noticed.
Okay. I have something I want him to listen to as well.
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay. What is it?
It's the audiobook of the autobiography of Malcolm X.
You want to listen to the autobiography of Malcolm X?
Yeah. I want him to be born woke, you know?
I mean, I guess it's fine. He's not even a baby yet. He's becoming a baby. He doesn't have a sense of knowledge.
Learning. It's never too early.
It'll just be sounds to him. I'd rather him hear your voice than some audiobook narrator.
You want me to read the book? I can read the book, but while you sit there, you know, you just do that at night. I can just come in and read excerpts and things from the book.
That's great. That's great.
Hey, my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. That sounds great. You know what? I do want you to read to him. Again, I just want to make sure the expectation is not being set that he will be born woke and knowing the life of Malcolm X. I just want to make sure that you understand that's not how the baby works.
Do
you understand?
No, I don't. That's what I want.
We cut to the operating room. Excuse me, ma'am. It's been over 16 hours. I'm getting the vibe that the baby won't come out unless we ask some of our Caucasian doctors to leave the room.
You're getting the vibe?
Yeah. Every time one of them leaves, you start having contractions and start putting two and two together. And I don't think you are personally doing that, but it could be the baby. I've seen this case before.
Look, I don't care what you need to do. Get this baby out of me. All right. I'm having a hard time focusing on your words right now. Talk to my husband.
Okay, listen. I'll talk to your husband. Listen, sir. You have an iPad. Can you turn on some James Brown? And I'm going to ask a lot of my nurses to get out, all the ones that are a little lighter, lighter hues. Okay. And then as soon as they hit that door, all right, I want you to stand there because it'll take me some time to run back. And the baby's going to come. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready. You said James Brown?
Some James Brown, anything, preferably, I'm Black and I'm proud, but anyone that you like that has soul.
Well, yeah, that's the only one I have.
Sir, I have that. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
What are you insinuating right now about my baby?
I'm not insinuating anything. I am reading the patterns of science, ma'am. And every time one of my co-doctors walks out of that room, not any of us, not any of like my doctor right here, Dr. Tandy. Yes. She's been here the whole time. We have not seen one contraction until one of our other doctors leaves the room. So I'm assuming you got a woke baby inside you. It's not the first time Memorial Herman has seen a woke baby, by the way. We get a lot of them around here. It's new things happening within the last decade.
Is it because the autobiography of Malcolm X is now on Audible at a reduced price?
That's what I was assuming. I mean, it's either that or the autobiography of Frederick Douglass. There's a few of them out there that you might be able to get your hands on. But
we cut to the nursery at Memorial Herman. Babies, my fellow babies. My fellow babies, I'm glad I have your ear today, and that's good. Keep with that baby talk. Let's keep throwing them off. They don't need to know what we're planning or how we're thinking. It's a great day to be amongst the woke.
And scene. There's like a whole section that's separate.
The woke section, the daycare. Yeah.